Bitcoin has exploded today. Big, beautiful, fat, juicy. Love it. Epic candle. Such a good candle, guys. Such a good candle. We're going to be talking about what's happening with the price of Bitcoin, why Bitcoin is popping off right now, what's going on in the altcoin scene, of course, answering your questions in the second half of the stream. So stick around for the good times. Let's go. So, first off, we can take a look at the charts. Look at that candle. We were talking yesterday. Squeezing. Volatility is coming. Volatility came. Upside volatility because the CPI reading was good. More on that in just a second. However, looking pretty nice. Not too shabby. Let's see if we can. It's coming right up into our fantasy peak scenario here. We could be starting a new uptrend. Let's not count our chickens before they hatch, okay? Nice to see a pump on the CPI. Let's not get cocky, okay? Let's keep an eye on what's going on here. However, that is a pretty fancy looking candle right there. Big, fat one. Rocking us from 61.5, let's say, up to $66,000 today. That's a move. That's a move for Bitcoin, man. Let's go. I love it. Love it. Love to see it. Is this a definitive reclaim of the 50-day EMA? I mean, that's the kind of candle you want to see to say that. Let's see if we can get some follow through over the next few days to confirm that. Now, a bounce up, move back down to retest the 50-day EMA as support should not surprise anyone. Okay. Look at this on the weekly, by the way. I want to point out the stochastic RSI on the weekly has put in a bull cross right there. Last time we did that, we got to squeeze chart down a little bit to see it. Last time we did that was back here on the 5th of February. At the time, the price of Bitcoin was $42,000. We rallied all the way up to 75K. The time before that, Bitcoin was all the way down back in the day of 2023 to understand. So you can understand these are rare, these bull crossovers down here at the bottom for stochastic RSI. Last time it happened was September. Price of Bitcoin is $25,000, rolled us up to $45,000. We're having a major correction. Okay. So you understand where we are, what's going on. Now, why are we pumping up? This is from Reuters. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics said its consumer price index rose by 0.3% in April, below expectations of an increase of 0.4%. So instead of CPI coming in hotter than expected, it came in cooler than expected. So below the expectations was 0.4% increase, while on an annual basis, CPI was up 3.4% in line with forecasts below the previous month's 3.5% rate, aka inflation coming down again. It's not that big of a move down, but the markets are looking for narrative. The market found narrative, price is pumped. The trick now is, can we see next month go down again? And the month after that, go down again. That's the tricky part. But in the meantime, let me translate that for you. Pump. Let's go. That's what the market is saying to us right now. S&P 500, new all-time high. I should take myself off the screen there so you guys can see that. Hot damn, man. Hot damn. New all-time high for the S&P 500. Bitcoin, of course, lagging behind a little bit. We had our high back in March. Now we have to get a new high coming in. And new highs in the S&P 500 could help move us in that direction. Okay? This is going to bring risk-on attitudes into the broader markets. If the stocks are pumping, crypto tends to follow behind. So keep an eye out for that. Jamie Coots here pointing out risk assets love dollar weakness. Let's bring that chart up there. Risk assets love dollar weakness. Gotta take myself off the screen again. So the dollar index holds the key to Bitcoin's cycle as it prices in market expectations on liquidity in real time, and liquidity is coming. So dollar is falling. Bitcoin is rising. Stocks are rising. Coming down to a critical level here, of course, right in this area. Next area price support for the DXY if we do head down that way. So we shall see. Keep an eye on that. But a weak dollar index usually means good things for our risk assets. Alex Kruger summing it all up here. Stocks, all-time highs. Long rates topped. Dollar topped. Bitcoin at 66K. World economy is growing. Jerome Powell, Federal Reserve, dovish. Central banks about to start cutting rates. Swiss bank already did it. Waiting for some of the other big ones to do it. The Fed, of course, everyone's watching for that. Everyone's watching for the Fed here to start cutting. QT tapering about to start. Fed's going to start buying back bonds pretty soon. China's printing 140 billion. Things are happening. He says, and you guys decide the bull market's over because you bought the wrong shit coins. Imagine that the yield curve inversion is signaling a recession and believe rate cuts are bearish. Let's go. Yeah. It's kind of bull posting we need right there. Look, as we've been covering at great length, the money printing is here. Money printing is back on. A lot of metrics are showing that things are about to heat up pretty big time in markets. And I know they've already been hot for about a year, but keep getting more and more signals that things are heading in the right direction. Election years can be pretty big years for markets. And this is an election year for the USA. We'll see if we get the rate cuts without a recession. Rate cuts without a recession are bullish. Rate cuts with recession, bearish. Okay. Millennium Management has disclosed it holds $2 billion in spot Bitcoin ETFs. We've had a lot of big managers announcing big moves into the Bitcoin ETF space. Now, we had previously talked about a huge amount of retail participation, but look at the funds, the $2 billion. Funds are getting in big time, big time. I love to see it. Marty Party saying Millennium Management, giant management firm, reports $2 billion in Bitcoin ETFs, says this is approximately 3.33% of their entire assets under management. That's a big number. He says we have a number of people. 3% is the allocation, up from 1 or 2%. Now it's 3%. Imagine if other funds put 3% in. Again, we broke down some of the numbers here for you yesterday because it's absolute insanity. Imagine if other funds put in 2-3%. Imagine if all that pension, $27 trillion in pension fund money just in the USA alone, $6 trillion currently sitting in money market accounts. At the second those rates start getting cut, it starts looking for yield elsewhere. They go to the stock market. They're going to come to Bitcoin. Watch out. Watch out, guys. The money's out there. People are saying, oh, retail, they're having a hard time with the credit cards. Man, the broke asses out here in the world, they're not going to come buy anything, okay? And they're going to bring their $100 maybe at the top of the market and FOMO in then. That's fine. There is so much money out there. There is so much money out there. You have no idea the amount of money that some of these people have out there. 27 trillion in pension funds, like $1 trillion in endowments, all these corporate treasuries, all the corporations that could be buying, all the hedge funds, all this stuff, all the family offices, the millionaires, the billionaires. There's so much money. Tens and tens of trillions, hundreds of trillions. Wild amounts of money out there, okay? And now they've got an avenue to get into Bitcoin, a finite asset. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Okay. Real quick shout out to today's sponsor course, guys, which is iTrust. If you want a tax efficient way of trading your coins, you might want to check out iTrust. You can come over here 365 days a year, 24/7, trade as much as you want, do 1,000 trades, 10,000 trades, 100,000 trades. And guess what? You're not going to hit a taxable event once because you're wrapping all that bad boy trading in a 401k or an IRA or whatever other retirement vehicle you have. Trade all your favorite coins, your Dogecoin, your Solana, your Ethereum, whatever tickles your fancy. And you can do in-kind withdrawals in the future when you're done. Take that stuff, put it in your wallet. You can also do Bitcoin, gold and silver via the partnership with Kitco. Pretty cool stuff. Real stuff, not paper, actual physical gold and silver. If you want to learn more about what iTrust is doing and get a $100 sign-up bonus, link in the description. Thank you very much again to iTrust for sponsoring today's stream. So this blew my mind, and I want to share this with you guys because this is absolutely nuts. It is what I've been saying about the dollar for a while now. And it blows my mind to hear Paul Ryan talking about it. So we're going to play this for you. I hope that the video plays okay. You guys can give me feedback real time in the stream. Let me know how we are going with that video.
You do now, knowing we have debt problems in the future. I think there's a couple of things Congress could do. They're not, but maybe they'll get something done. I think stablecoin legislation would be a good step in the right direction. That could be helpful. That could be done this year. But I don't see anything other than that on the horizon.
Let's talk about stablecoin, because I've heard you say that actually getting legislation on that could help treasury auctions. And when you said it, I said, what's the connection there? Take us through, take our audience through that connection.
Yeah, so stable coins, which are digital private sector dollar-backed currencies. It's not crypto because it's tethered to the U.S. dollar. They have to have dollar-backed assets. They have to have treasuries or cash to back those stable coins. There's not a law that governs these right now, so they aren't really deployed. But if you actually have a law, which actually McHenry and Chair Waters, Maxine Waters and Patrick McHenry are putting a deal together. Schumer is in talks with them. I think there's a reasonable chance they could get a deal on stablecoin legislation. That means you have a legal framework in which you have stablecoins deployed. You'd go from a couple $100 billion of stablecoins to, maybe trillions. Right now, stablecoins are like the 16th largest buyer of bonds, bills,
16th largest buyer
among all sovereigns. If you actually regulate stablecoins, have them deployed, that does two things. That gets the U.S. dollar more deeply ingrained in the oncoming digitization of currencies.
Yes.
That's a good thing. And you create new consumers' demand for our bonds because they have to have those to back up the stablecoins. So more demand for treasuries, more use of a digital dollar throughout the system to help better entrench the dollar. It's a win-win situation for America. I think it's a no-brainer. I'm hopeful, cautiously optimistic Congress might do that this year still. There are good talks happening. And that's one thing you could do on the margins to try and, improve demand for our bonds and improve dollar.
Holy shit. Did you hear what he just said? I know it's a 2-minute video clip, so thanks for staying with me. Holy shit. This is what I've been saying the whole time, man. If the United States wants to expand their dollar dominance, they should be the biggest, most prominent adopters and cheerleaders for stable coins. And they're gonna fucking do it. Holy shit. Now, obviously, they still need to get it in. They still need to pass it. They still need to get signed, all that kind of stuff. Trillions. Right now, stable coins are the 16th biggest buyers of U.S. bonds. That's big. That's big already. They will become the #1 buyers. Think about it. Think about it. The U.S. has got their back against the wall. Japan's in deep shit right now. China's dumping their bonds, right? The rest of the world's hesitant on U.S. debt, but the U.S. dollar is still the biggest currency in the world. It's still reserve currency. And if they want to extend that lead, you push it everywhere and you be the biggest damn proponent of getting money on chain, money into stable coins in the frickin' world, man, because these stable coins are going to come in and buy so much U.S. debt, so many treasury bonds. It's going to be absurd. He's talking about bringing trillions on chain. This is a major U.S. politician. This is Paul Ryan, man, talking about stable coins. He knows. Listen to that guy, what he just said. That guy knows what he's talking about. They've been talking about it. They understand that if you want to expand the dominance of the dollar, you need to conquer the digital realm, and stable coins are the way they're going to do it. If this goes forward, man, yeah, somebody said CBDCs won't even be needed if this works. That's true. That's true. This is crazy. This is obviously we need to see things passed, but holy crap, if this happens. You want to see liquidity in the crypto markets, bring a few trillion on chain, man. Dudes. All right. That's big. I wanted to share that because I think that's absolutely crazy what's going on there. Now, let's talk real quick about some meme coins. Let's change the direction of the conversation completely here, okay? This guy, Cointelegraph, shared this. An unknown trader turned $3,000 into $46 million for a 15,718x return. Dude, what's crazy, this guy bought back here. The balls on this guy. This guy bought back here, sold some of his Pepe bag, just a little bit, held from May for a whole year, sitting 50% down. Diamond handed it until the latest run up, watched another 50% plus collapse. And now, of course, we're at all-time highs. Dude's selling again, cashed in for $46 million. This is the meme coin dream. This is what brings people to meme coins. This is what brings people to meme coins, guys. This kind of excitement, this kind of wild outside returns. And this Dude is the exception, not the rule. Most people are not going to do that. Most people are going to chase the hype, lose money, all that kind of stuff. Okay, to be clear, but that's a wild story. So hats off to that dude. Murad here pointing out meme coins, no bullshit, no fake promises, no tech mumbo jumbo. Honest, what you see is what you get. Pure conviction, cults, and community power, generational wealth creation, and a new asset class. That is the non-mid curve version of what meme coins are and what you're fading when you fade meme coins. I get it. They're dumb. It's a picture of a frog. It's a picture of a cat. It's a picture of a dog. Okay. It's a picture of a funky character like Brett. I get it. I do. Okay. But then on the other hand, you have all these projects coming out and people are tired of the bullshit. They're tired of the missed deadlines and the tech promises that never eventuate and the partnerships that don't mean shit and all this complicated technology that nobody freaking understands. I mean, man, I've had some just wild decks put across my desk and I look at these things and I'm just like, you guys are such hopeless nerds. What is this crap that you're building? I mean, I understand, sure, this is like gonna be some interesting infrastructure stuff that's gonna be like important, I guess, but like, man, nobody gives a crap about that. It's way too complicated. Try and explain. I barely understand this, and I live and breathe crypto all the time. You know, I get some normie coming off the streets and he's saying, "Hey, I want to make a few bucks. Where is he going to go?" The thing that nobody understands except for some gigabrain nerd chat dev people, or they're going to go to the monkey pictures, the dog pictures, the cat pictures, the frog pictures, because they understand it. Because they understand it. Yes, by the way, guys, big day for Benji. Our Benji bags doing good today. They got a repost from Jesse Polak, of course. Lots of big things. By the way, I'm an ambassador for Benji, so big things going on over there. By the way, they are getting, find the tweet here, they are getting whitelisted on Aerodrome Finance, so that's great to see for them. So that'll bring a lot more liquidity, hopefully, for Benji. That's great. Benji, of course, being the good boy meme coin, the good dog. Benji's a good boy. Now, meme coin's taking off today. Meme coin's taking off today, guys. Brett up, double-digit gains for some meme coins. Normie up, stuff like that. Of course, Pepe hit an all-time high. Is that yesterday? So big things happening right now across the meme coin space. And for this reason, because they're easy to understand. People get it. People get it, right? And I faded meme coins for a long time, and I stopped doing that recently, and I didn't get in at the best time. Most of my meme coins are down a lot. It's fine. I don't really care. The thesis is bigger than what happens over a few weeks. I've been in crypto long enough to know that if you have your thesis right, short-term price action doesn't really matter. What can happen over the course of months or a whole cycle, that's a different story, right? So my current meme coin stack, Brett, Benji, Foxy, and Puff. I may get another one or two. I've actually been thinking about, should I get a Bitcoin rune, right? A meme coin on Bitcoin. Those are feeling like super under attention right now in terms of people just ignoring them. We had big hype, came out, big correction. We've actually got a video coming on this pretty soon. So I haven't bought any yet, but as I was recording the video today, I was thinking, man, maybe I should get some Bitcoin runes. Don't know, may not do it. I share what I think and what I'm watching and stuff here on the channel with you guys. So I just keep in mind, that's the intent of these kind of conversations. By the way, base meme coins, watch out, because Coinbase Wallet saying, attention devs, wallet, smart wallet, mainnet is coming. Get ready for it by upgrading your SDK today. It's getting close, guys. Base right now is already onboarding 50 to 100K new users a day, which is big. When they bring on the smart wallet, that is going to, and again, it doesn't happen overnight. You have to understand, not everybody just immediately upgrades the smart wallet on day one and then 120 million people show up. No, but over the course of 6 months, a year, 18 months during the whole cycle, how many millions of people are going to come onto Base? And what are they going to buy? What are they going to buy? Are they going to buy your super mumbo jumbo tech bullshit? Some of them will. Some of them will have the, okay, this is important, or they'll be like, okay, you know, Aerodrome, great. That's the biggest decentralized exchange. I get that. People buy and sell things there. Boom, cool. Or are they going to come and buy meme coins? You can fade it if you want, but this is what the market's showing us right now. Can that change quickly? Of course it can, but right now, people are loving the meme coins, and certain cults, certain communities are finding traction. It's interesting. We're gonna we're gonna skip that. Something called Pump.fun, which is like some wild degenerate gambling thing, let's say, is now the 4th biggest application, including blockchains, by fees. Wild. That just again goes to show speculation, degeneracy is running rampant in the space, guys, and you can accept it or ignore it. You can fade it if you want. It's fine. You're allowed to fade it. Solana generated more total economic value than Ethereum in a single day for the first time in history on May 12th, according to Blockworks research. Now, that's interesting, isn't it? Because Solana is here. So I know we keep talking about Base and Solana, but like for me, I'm looking at Base, I'm looking at Solana, and these are the big trends. So if you're looking at AI on Base or Solana, meme coins on Base or Solana, major decentralized exchanges, I have both Aerodrome Finance and Jupiter, the respective biggest decentralized exchange. Okay, Jupiter's technically an aggregator, but you know what I mean, right? So this kind of stuff going on. Look for these big beta plays on these ecosystems. That's where it's getting a lot of attention. There's a lot of other ecosystems I think have a great chance for attention and potential. Phantom, I think, is a very interesting place to keep an eye out for. ZK Sync and Linea, we'll see how those go. Those could be pretty big ecosystems post-launch, but let's see. Numbers are inflated right now because of the airdrop hunting, right? Mantle, I think Mantle, those guys are doing everything right to try to create value for their chain and their token holders and all that kind of stuff. So that's an interesting place to watch. Avalanche, I've still got a lot of faith that Avalanche is going to pull off some pretty interesting stuff this cycle. And there's some others that I don't own that I keep an eye on and I think have interesting potential as well. For example, Sway. They're getting a lot of hype. A lot of stuff's going on there. The open network. Come on, man. 900 million users. Big things are potentially possible for that. Near blockchain. They're getting a lot of attention and hype too. So, you know, I can't be in every coin or some people are like, how dare you not own my coin, Lark? Well, I can't be in all of them, but I do pay attention to quite a few of the big ones and keep an eye on what's going on with ecosystems and sort of the things going on there. I may not be an expert in some of those other ecosystems, but I do keep an eye on it because there is a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of potential there for the savvy investor out here. Okay. Hey, by the way, shout out to Neon Heroes. So they're launching on Bybit soon. Private round investor farmed the airdrop pretty well. That's crazy. Actually, I got back when I invested initially in Neon Heroes back in 2022. I invested in their private round back then, and I also went out and just bought off the public market a whole big pile of NFTs for their game. Just held on and thought, whatever, screw it. If the game takes off, the NFTs will probably be worth something anyway. Ends up they are a massive multiplier for the airdrop. So fingers crossed, get a nice airdrop for this one. This thing has done really well in Epic Games already. Top 30 with 200,000 plus downloads. That's pretty crazy. So let's see if these things, this can keep getting attention and excitement post TGE. I know there's a lot of hype running into the TGE, but if they can have a lot of users stick around post airdrop, post TGE, that's where the success comes in. So we'll see. Real quick as well, Peak Network. So this is an interesting one. Also private round investor in this one. Again, you can see my full portfolio disclosures, current portfolio holdings, all my venture rounds, all that kind of stuff. Link in the description, pin comment on X. You'll also find a risk statement because investing in crypto is risky. You can lose all your money. Never forget about that. Peak teaming up with MasterCard. They've been selected for MasterCard's award-winning Start Path program to explore synergies and opportunities between the decentralized physical infrastructure network, or DePIN, and the world of traditional finance and fintech. Nice. Great partnership, guys. Very, very cool. Very cool. So it's a layer 1 blockchain for DePIN and real world asset machines and stuff like that. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Great to see that partnership, and hopefully big things come of it. So sometimes you see these partnerships, not that much come of them in the long term, but I hope that it's a good catalyst for them. And final note before we dive into your questions, guys, about Drip Finance. So this is a launch pool farm. So you can actually come here if you have Ethereum or USDC. Now I'm personally farming launch pools here. You'll find an affiliate link in the description if you would like to bring some Ethereum or USDC over here as well and farm some of these launch pools. Obviously, it's a newer protocol. Obviously, there's always risks. You should always assume that those risks are there, right? I have not put all of my life savings into this. I've put a little bit of money in here because I think it's worth playing that game and trying to farm some of these launch pools. So anyway, they have some pretty cool launch pools going on right now. So I've got some ETH and USDC spread out across a few of these different pools here. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, if you'd like to learn some more about that, you'll find a link in the description. Okay, so that's all that. Let's bring up the main screen. Actually, I already cracked open my Perry. I was drinking a little bit beforehand, so we're ready to go here. We're ready to go. What do you guys want to talk about today? Alien base. Gosh darn it. You know, I never got around to checking it out yesterday. Here, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do right here. And type alien base into Google. Oh, it is the top one too. You know, I was figuring there'd be something way more exciting at the top of Google search results for alien base. But there you go. I have no idea about it, guys. I know you keep asking about it. It looks like a pretty small player on base right now, but I'll have a look at it after the stream today. Okay. I don't really know anything about it. I'm certainly not recommending it or giving it a seal of approval or anything like that. Okay. Please, but I'll have a look at it later. I'll get around to it, guys. The Kendu guys. Is Kendu as good as an investment as you say, Lark? Pete, what the heck are you saying, man? I've never talked about Kendu except to ask what the heck is Kendu before. So, guys, all you Kendu cats, I see you, okay? I see you Kendu guys. I understand. You're very excited. But, you know, just mass spamming the chat is not the strategy, guys, okay? I see you. Hi, Kendu people, okay? I appreciate your enthusiasm and excitement, okay? So there you go. But guys, just keep in mind, meme coins come and go pretty quick these days, all right? A lot of these things, I hear a new name every week. Most of them are flashes in the pan. So just keep that in mind, all right? Be careful, all right? Lark's game coin recommendation is that good. He said MXM the other month, and it's shit. Well, Zane, you know, not every coin's going to work out very quickly. Okay, I'm still holding all my MXM. I bought more, and I'm chilling. You know what? Maybe it goes down to zero. And this is, you got to keep in mind, Zane, if you're looking for other people to just make a recommendation for you. I mean, if you went and bought this, by the way, I hope you did your own research. I hope that you didn't just hear me talk about it for 2 minutes on a stream saying, yeah, I'm buying this coin or whatever, and then went out and aped into it. Because that, if you did that, you're doing crypto wrong. Okay. Now, I was a pre-sale investor in this one. I got all my pre-sale investments. I've staked everything. I bought more on the open market. I staked that too. And I still think that when gaming season kicks off, this has got potential. So I'm holding my bags. But I accept massive volatility. I accept that my altcoin positions can go down 50, 60, 70, 80% sometimes during a bull market, because that's crypto, man. And if you're not ready for that, then I don't know, stick with Bitcoin. Because when you start going off in the altcoin jungle, shit gets real crazy real fast. And so I have to manage your risk too. You know, if you put too much into one, like my MXM positions, like 1% or 0.8% or something of my total portfolio. So if that goes to zero, if I'm wrong, right? If there's no gaming season, if it fails to get hype moving forward, and the team behind it, they're a well-connected team. I have faith that they'll deliver on what they say they're going to deliver on. But if they fail, or if people just don't like the game and it falls flat on its face or whatever, and I lose all my money, I'm ready for that too. Okay. I always look at it when investing in the market that there will always be a decent percentage of things that I invest my money into that don't work out. This is a wildly speculative space, and nobody calls winners all the time. Nobody invests in winners all the time. I'm not trying to call things for you guys, by the way. I'm just talking about the things that I do in my portfolio, things that I invest in, try and talk about theses I see, narratives I see, hopefully provide some educational insights on, you know, the macro scene and investor psychology and all that kind of stuff. Okay. If you hear me talking about things that I'm investing in, because I do talk about that stuff, but if you hear me talk about stuff I'm investing in, you still, that just don't just randomly invest in something because I invest in it. Okay. Because I'm willing to take these kind of risks in my portfolio, and you may not. Okay. So always keep that in mind to anybody listening, not just you, Zane. Okay. Okay. Where are we up to? Thanks, Nicole. Nice haircut. Yep. Got the haircut. Finally got a haircut. Wife finally got me to do it. Got a few videos recorded for the weekend in the next few days that I don't have a haircut in, so don't be surprised. But yeah, we got the haircut, guys. Where is this? Have you sold your ETHFi? I sold my ETHFi on like day one. Day one of the airdrop, man. I sold that stuff ASAP. Thanks for the free money, ETHFi. I took my ETH and put it back into their vault, though. So it's sitting there currently earning stuff. So that's fine. That can chill. That can chill for the while. The APY on it's pretty nice for the ETH that's in there. So it's fine. That can just sit there and relax and be calmly sitting over there. I'll get some more ETH-Fi in round 2 of the airdrop, and I'll sell that too for cash money, man. Because that's what you should do with airdrops. Now, a few of the airdrops that I got during this recent market sell-off, I have not sold. What's that? I got mode. Haven't sold my mode. Let me find the list here. Hold on a second. Might be able to tell you which ones. So there's been a few airdrops that have come through recently. It's over here. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just tell you here. What's currently okay? So my Manta airdrop, I've got that up for sale at $5.50. My Zero Lend airdrop, that one turned out a bit rough, unfortunately. I've got that up for sale. What else? Mode, I've got my mode up for sale. My Camino Finance, I've got that up for sale. My Wormhole, I put that in for a sell order at $2.20, which is the price is pretty far away from that right now. But hey, I can be patient. It's fine. I got up to that price shortly after trading started, and maybe it'll get back up there again. And I don't have this like necessity to run out and just like dump it ASAP. Try to sell those airdrops when the market regains a little bit of strength. So I have not dumped those airdrops ASAP. Maybe that was the right call, and I should have dumped them immediately, even though the market was really weak and these things are getting pretty hammered. But I'm just going to hold on to those for a little bit. The sell orders are in. That's not like wildly substantial amounts of these things. The Wormhole one's pretty big. Ended up being a pretty decent sized airdrop. I think at its height, it was worth like 30, 40K or something like that. I did not even log in at those prices. When I logged in, it was worth 20, 25, didn't sell. Thought, we'll see what happens in a few days. A few days later, it's down to like 12K. Win some, you lose some. But we'll see. I think it'll go back up and I'll get a nice price for it eventually. Not in a rush. It's fine. I don't need the cash. It's all good. Okay. Is Brett on base and Brett on Bybit the same? I'm pretty sure they are. Brett's got perpetual markets, I think, on Bybit. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same. But if you ever want to know like what market something's trading on, you can go to coingecko.com. Here, I'll just show you. Why don't I just show you how that works real quick? Here we go. Let me bring the screen up real quick. Here we go. Coingecko.com. We're actually in the top trending currencies. But if you click on something like Brett, click on Brett. Then if you go down here, you can see all the information here, market cap, fully diluted value, all that kind of stuff. If you click on markets, you'll see where it's currently trading. You can buy it on Gate, Bybit, CoinEx, BitGet, Bitmart, SushiSwap, Aerodrome, et cetera, BingX, et cetera. So yes, one and the same. Every once in a while I get something that has the same ticker, but usually they don't get listed like that. But yes, they're one and the same. Why do I have chicken coin? Chicken coin, Ryan. What is this? I didn't put it there. When you have a wallet that has anything on it, you'll get spam. This is like sometimes legitimate-ish kind of sort of coins get airdrop, but not usually these days. People have moved away from that model. You have to go and claim your airdrops. So usually you just get spam. Sometimes these are harmless spam. Sometimes they're malicious spam. So you should really just ignore it. Sometimes they'll be trying to get you to make approvals for things that are potentially dangerous. So just ignore it. Okay. Just ignore it. It's my thought anyway. Every time noobs have faded ETH, they've eaten their words. I would not fade ETH, man. Even if it doesn't get an ETF approval, I don't think it's worth fading ETH. I mean, just look at everything going on with layer 2 right now and then realize that everything happening on layer 2 needs ETH. Yep. Daniel says, what do you think of Tyco? Do you think it has potential, or are you just farming for their airdrop? I invested in their private round, so I think it does have potential. But it's interesting to see how any of these layer 2s end up turning out. Now, obviously, a lot of competition in layer 2 space. I invested based on the idea that it's going to have a tough upward hill climb with so much competition right now in the layer 2 space. But could be a decent one. That's why I invested. Not saying you should. But I think the airdrop also could be a nice opportunity. So I've been kind of on-off farming the airdrop for a while now. We're farming it in our 10K to 100K portfolio challenge, which is currently about 20% down. And I was farming it before that for sort of the premium newsletter subscribers talking about it there. So we'll see if we get an airdrop from that one. Fingers crossed, it'd be cool. I've been interacting on and off with Tycho for 6 months now or something like that. So we'll see if we get something or not, guys. But yeah, I think all layer 2s right now, except for maybe the top couple, are going to be struggling for that market share. So we'll see if Tycho can get it. Fingers crossed. Why don't you ever mention Blast in layer 2 talks? I just can't talk about them all, man. There are now 55 active layer 2s, another 45 coming. So, yeah, I just haven't had time to go over there and do very much, man. I really haven't. Nothing against Blast. There's obviously very popular apps that are popping off over there. Fantasy Top, Pack Moon, something like this. So I've been kind of paying attention to what's going on over there a little bit, but man, only so much time and money and energy in the day. So all my best to Blast, but I have not had time to go and have a blast on Blast recently. So that could always change with a new app or something. I even went to set up a Fantasy Top account the other day, and I was about to finish it. My buddy gave me the invite code, and I was just like, man, I just do not have time for this shit. So I didn't do it. I still might. Maybe that's the wrong move. I should not be fading Fantasy Top, and I should go in there playing around. Like, man, can't make all the money in the world. You can't be everywhere all at the same time. And, I need to prioritize things like spending time with my family instead of screwing around trying to make a few more bucks. Sometimes it's just important to do. Zero airdrop sucked bad. Yeah, it was pretty rough, man. It's pretty rough. I think it got way too diluted, unfortunately. Good protocol, fine lending platform, works just fine, totally good, right? But airdrop got too diluted. Lark, would you say using the Base network and the Coinbase wallet is the best method? I don't know. I don't use the Coinbase wallet. I use MetaMask, and I use Base through my MetaMask. So Coinbase wallet through Base, probably going to be just fine too. This is useless. Always ignored, never answer my comments. I did not see your comment. You can go ahead and post your question again. I'll try and answer for you. Not trying to ignore you, my man. We got 4,400 people almost on the stream right now, so it's hard to try and get to everyone's questions. I try. We spend about 20 minutes a day when we do these live streams answering your questions. I love it. I enjoy it. So sorry if I can't get to your question or don't get to your question. I try to get to as many questions as we can. Sometimes it's not as simple as like a 5-second answer. So, we might get 10, 15 questions done during a live chat. So it's tricky, man. It's tricky. I try. Nigel says, a lot of influencers are saying the bull run's going to end in 2025, year end. In my experience, when everyone is saying that, it's the opposite. What do you think? Well, Nigel, that's good. It's definitely good to think contrarian. Right now, our best modeling is going to be on the 4-year cycle theory. Now, what's interesting, we've got a video coming out in a few days, and there's some pretty interesting data points that point to actually the cycle top might come earlier than the 4-year cycle theory would predict. That could be in summer. Well, May, June, July, for example, maybe as late as August next year, 2025. So not in that sort of later part of the year like so many people are expecting right now. So that could be the thing that gets people knocked off base. So there's that. I don't think the accelerated cycle theory is going to be the most likely scenario right now where it comes up much earlier. Markets top out in 6 months and that's it. Bear market, boom, over. It's always possible. And again, I'm ready for those kind of scenarios to happen. But so far, I'm in the 4-year cycle theory, which is late next year. But I'm also open to other ideas. I was talking to Chris from MM Crypto the other day. He was saying he thinks it's going to be early 2025. We've got interesting data again, and that video is coming out in 2 or 3 days. Keep an eye out for it. It's like, when will the market stop or something? So watch for that video when it comes out. But that's got some interesting data points showing that maybe it's going to be mid next year. So you got to be open more so than. Here's the thing: you can't get your ego attached to an outcome. Okay, you need to be open. And don't try to force the market into thinking like you think, because that's never going to work. Don't try and force your opinions on the market, because it doesn't really matter. The market's going to do what the market's going to do. You have to be ready to accept the new information the market shows you when it shows it to you. So if you start seeing those top signals in the market, whether it's at the end of this year, mid next year, the end of next year, or sometime in 2026, okay, pay attention. Pay attention. Good question, though. Good question. Nobody's got a crystal ball, right? But we'll keep an eye out for all that stuff. Goodness gracious, let's try and catch up. Oh my gosh. All right. Let me see a few more questions here for today. Someone from Wainui Amata yesterday, born and bred Wainui. Haven't lived there for a while, but rep that shit for life. I dig it, Daniel. I dig it. Shout out, man. What's up? What's my most viewed YouTube video? I don't even know. So, vanity metric, I don't really think about that much, but let's go find out. Let's go find out. There's an interesting question for you. I have no idea. Let's see. Videos. Most popular. Here we go. Oh, interesting. Ethereum will self-destruct in 76 days from 3 years ago. 500,000 views. Second most, here you can see here. Bunch of old videos. Actually, I haven't put anything recent. Well, I guess this one here, relatively recent. Got a few recent ones. Lost a few pounds since then, haven't I? No. Got pretty out of control in 2021. Just too much drinking. Don't drink very much anymore. And too much just sitting at the computer, sacrificing my health for more time at the computer. I think 2018 was actually probably the worst year for that. I spent, it's funny because it was like the worst time in the market, but I was spending, 12 hours a day, trying to just perfect the craft of making videos and all that kind of stuff and experimenting with different things, green screens and screwing around and editing all my own videos, and just was wild. Much happier these days. I work 6 hours a day, 7 hours a day, maybe Monday to Friday. It's good. We got a team helping out with everything, team video editors. We got researchers helping write the scripts for a lot of our long form videos. So things are much more chill these days. Anyway, a couple more guys and we'll finish up for today. What do we see here? Thank you for pumping Alien Base. Guys, some people just hear what they want to hear. I am not pumping Alien Base, dudes. I have no idea what Alien Base is. I've never used it. I know absolutely nothing about it. And for all I know, it's a giant scam. Okay. Not saying that it is. Probably isn't, but I don't know anything about it. I haven't even opened up the website before. Okay. Or maybe I have, I think I've opened up the website maybe once in the past, like a while ago, back in closer to the start of when base stuff kicked off. But I have not done anything with it. I never looked at it since then. So I'm not trying to pump or recommend or anything like that. Okay. Let's keep that in mind. Will ETH self-destruct in 76 days again? I know, Omar. It was a good title, wasn't it? It's a good title. Good title. Good title for the video. What was that? That was for what was it? When we launched the burn was the one of the major Ethereum upgrades. What happened 3 years ago? I don't know. My brain's like jello these days. Frankie says, what's your advice for people tempted to trade when they should just buy, spot, and hold? Well, just have to understand that the odds are generally against you when it comes to trading, because most people do the most common mistakes, right? You're going to buy high, you're going to buy at resistance, sell at support, all that kind of stuff. If you haven't had any of that experience, you don't know about it, any of the stuff, you really shouldn't be putting any kind of stupid money in. Like if you want to trade, you want to learn how to trade, guess what? You can take $100 and do it. You don't need to take your whole portfolio and do it, because that's how you get rinsed out real quick. Take $100, man. Play, figure it out. And if you can turn that $100 into a few hundred, then you might be ready to put in a little more capital. Okay. But for most of the people, and this applies to people who've been in the market for years too. For most of the people, they get chewed up bad because they just are running from thing to thing, narrative to narrative, jumping ship over here, run into this thing over here. Find your narratives, okay? Find out what's going to work for you in the market, okay? You don't have to be everywhere. I'm not everywhere. There's a whole bunch of things I just basically completely ignore, like NFTs, man. Like, I like NFTs. It's a cool idea. I think they have a very valuable piece of technology attached to them, and I might use them sometimes for that regard. I've got a few NFTs I own just for the lulz, but man, I ain't got time for that crap. NFTs. I'm sure they'll come back raging at some point and get all exciting and stuff. For me, a lot of the focus right now, Solana, base, meme coins, AI, gaming. Although gaming's been really, not great so far this cycle. There's been a few gaming things that have pumped up a bit, but we have not had a big gaming frenzy in the cycle yet. I still believe that's going to happen. Fingers crossed. But yeah, for most people, just buy and hold spot, man, and chill. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Most people overcomplicate it. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Oh my gosh. Michael, know that there is this, there's a lot of impersonators of me out there. You guys gotta be careful, okay? There's, I don't know, probably 20 impersonators of me on X and Facebook and Telegram and everywhere else, okay? So my official accounts, I only have an official account. We've got our official account on Instagram. It's got a check mark, okay? We've got our official account on X. It's got the verified check mark. YouTube, you're here. This is the real account, okay? So be careful. There's a lot of impersonators out there, so please be careful. Okay, I'm not going to message you guys and be like, hey, do you want help trading? Just send your life savings over here and I'll help you trade. That's not what I do, man. This is it right here. We talk, we have conversations, we talk about stuff. If you guys want to sign up to the newsletter, that's amazing, right? If you want to hit one of the affiliate links, that's amazing, but I'm not offering services for Bitcoin mining or to help you guys, like, we're not going to trade your money for you or anything like that. Those are scammers trying to steal your shit. Okay. Please be careful. Can Benji hit $1 billion market cap? That's the dream, man. That's the dream. We're going to keep living it, holding those bags. Let's go. Let's go, Benji. Let's do it, buddy. You're the good boy. Benji bags to the moon. Guys, thanks for joining the stream today. I will see you in the next one. Peace.